And kia ora. This is Te Kara News, completely in English. I'm Rob, your one and only war correspondent, your war journalist, your war fella, reporter here, live on the ground in Tel Aviv. Day 6 here in Tel Aviv, in Israel, and nothing happening in central Tel Aviv. Not yet anyway. Hey, not yet anyway. Just because nothing's happening here doesn't mean there's nothing happening. As you know, there's a whole lot of stuff going on up in northern Israel, up around Haifa, and around the Lebanese, southern Lebanese border, and some stuff going on down in Gaza as well, the southern Egyptian border. No, it's not southern Egyptian border. Oh, you know where it is, down there, down Gaza. Do your geographical, your map stuff. But anyway, what I wanted to talk about today anyway was I went to Jerusalem today. Yes, folks, I went to Jerusalem. And I stayed there 10 minutes and I left. I'll tell you why. I had a bit of not a bit of an incident. So, look, I don't do hot. It is extremely hot out there. The humidity is high, and I don't do that. Right? I would rather be walking around in my underwears in Antarctica, but heat, I just don't do. Not only do I not just do heat, I don't do heat. I don't do humans. There was lots of humans, and not only lots of humans, but lots of humans with guns. And of course, so I'm trying to find my way around, and I'm doing pretty well, getting around the city and all that sort of stuff. I use Google Glass to translate. For those of you who don't know, use Google Lens to translate stuff, so it's pretty easy to figure out. And Google Maps is pretty good if you put it into, you're going to catch a train. It tells you what train to catch and all that sort of stuff. But when I got into Jerusalem, I don't know whether it's with his GPS spoofing going on there, but my GPS was not working properly. So trying to find the right train to catch to get to the old Jerusalem, which is where I wanted to go, which was 8 kilometers, which was 4 kilometers away. I needed to catch a train. Now, I could have used a scooter, but they weren't any of the scooters that I'm registered, so I have to register a whole new scooter because there's these other ones. Flickering. What the hell's going on there? So I start to have a panic attack because I'm really hot. There's a whole lot of humans around. I don't know what's going on. There's trains going past. There's beeping going on. There's cars going past. There's all these people running around with guns. And so anyway, I go down into the platform to go and find my train that I'm supposed to catch. And I use Google Lens to translate what's on the board, right? And then there's a guy with a gun. He comes over to me and he goes, "What are you doing?" I said, he said, "Why are you taking a photo?" I said, "No, I'm not taking a photo. I'm using Google Lens to try and translate what that says." And he said, "We can't take a photo." I said, "Oh, I'm not taking a photo." And he goes, "What do you want?" And I said, "I want to catch a train to the old city, to the Western Wall." And he goes, "Well, you go up there and catch it up there." And I said, "Do you know which one?" And he said, "No." And I was going to argue with him because he's got a gun. So I went, "Thank you." Usually I'm not easy to scare, right? For those of you who know me, I'm not easy to scare. Not that I was scared. No, I wasn't scared. I'm just scared of him just because he's got a gun. Oh. Yeah, no, I was shitting my ass. Excuse my language. And of course I started having a panic attack because it was so hot and I didn't know what to do, where to go. I got up where he said and I couldn't Google. I didn't want to point the thing at anymore to Google, the translation. And so I just went to where I got off my bus and caught the next one back to Tel Aviv. And here's the other thing. And I don't know whether it was because I was having a panic attack or what, but I couldn't find a toilet, right? And I've been out there all the last 6 days when you're out in public trying to find a toilet. And you can find one in the malls and stuff and all that sort of thing. But I couldn't find a toilet. I couldn't see in front of me. Right? I couldn't find a toilet. And I was busting for a pee. And so I jumped on the bus to go all the way back to Tel Aviv, jump on a scooter, and there was the other thing, right? Where I got off on the bus, I caught a train there, right? And it was only a 7 kilometer trip on the train, but I didn't want to catch a train because that means I had to walk a kilometer to go and catch the train. So instead, I jumped on a scooter, and of course, the scooter was a 7 kilometer ride. And the 7 kilometer ride, because the GPS was sending me all over the place. I don't think it was spoofing, but it was just sending me all over the place. And as I was looking, I was going further away. Hey, where are you going? Going further away from where I was supposed to be going. What's going on here? So I had to start it, and by then I'm really busting, and I've had enough, and I just want to throw the scooter on the ground and swear it. But eventually I got it all sorted, and I got back to my accommodation eventually, and was glad to be back in the safety of my shelter. So it looks like I'm going to have to go out there. What I really need, which I don't really have the funds for anyway, is to get a rental car so I can drive myself around, or pre-plan it properly. And I think that's what I'll do instead of, because I had a fair idea where I was going, but getting into Jerusalem was just chaos, man. It was just absolute chaos. Well, I was chaos. So yeah. So I'm going to try again. Well, I think I'll wait. I think I'll wait for Yaron to get a hold of Yaron. I mean, I got nearly 80 days here. I can go to Jerusalem anytime. I'll go there eventually, but I want to get there. I was there. I was in Jerusalem, but I wanted to go to the old city, and I didn't get there. I could have walked, but it's way too hot, man. I'm telling you, the humidity here is terrible. And so I came on and I chickened out, all right? I chickened out. So that was my adventure for the day. And then I came back and had lunch. And there's a really nice restaurant here. I'll tell you what, the best steak in the world for only $30, chips and drink, is aged steak. And I don't know where they get their chips from, bro, or what they cook their oil, what they cook their chips in, but these are the best chips in the universe. I kid you not. They are so yummy. But that's all I have to report today. That was my adventure for the day. The original plan was actually to go for a swim in the Mediterranean Sea, which is probably what I should have done in the first place, so I might do that tomorrow instead. But that was my adventure for the day. I stepped on the holy ground, but didn't go all the way. I'll try again another day. Anyway, family, this is your roving reporter all the way in Israel, wishing you well, and God bless you all, and we'll see you maybe in the morning or the evening, or whatever time it is. Kia ora, ka kite anō. Love you all. Bless.